tempo. We force our tempo upon the opposing team. We get after it. Last game we didn't run the floor. We didn't push the ball up as fast as we normally would be. And we didn't quite have a great fast break up-tempo game.
What are you working on in practice today? What do you guys talk about in film to take care of those things?
Well, today we just went over a few offensive sets and what teams are, what they're trying to do to take away certain plays. So again, they're still trying to load up on me and make sure that there's no easy passes or no passes in the paint. So we talked about that and the spacing that we should have. And we get those shots and knock them down.
Any extra pressure now with Game 5 on you guys being back home? What's the mentality there?
Take care of home court. That's what we're here for. That's what we play so hard, toward the end of the season to get home court advantage. Once you play, we got to win. That's what we wanted to do. Regain home court, so now we got to take care of it.
What can you guys do to try and dictate that pace?
Just play our game. Get out and run. That's what we do. That's what we do best. We pride ourselves on being in great shape. We are in great shape, so we got to make sure we show that we're in great shape. By getting out and running and hitting open lanes and scoring.
What disappointed you most about yesterday?
Well, I don't think we had a great effort. Maybe this was some boards. We got a few rebounds off of free throws. They out-hustled us. So that's what pretty much had me a little upset.
Are you more upset about last night versus Game 1?
Yeah, I think last night was a situation where we had a chance to really take total control of the series. But we can't dwell on that now. I think we got to make sure we take care of Game 5 here in Phoenix. So it's going to be a big game for us again. We'll make sure we're ready.
A couple of the Blazers have called you dirty. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, they're just talking to the playoffs. Both teams are playing physical. Both teams are holding and grabbing and playing physical. So that's the nature of the playoffs.
You become sort of a villain from the Portland side. Is that something that you embrace?
I don't see why I'm a villain, but it's okay. It's no problem with me. The most important thing for us is to make sure we play smart and stay under control and remain professionals. So if we do that and play outside of basketball, it's okay.
Aldridge kind of got off yesterday for the first time in the series. What did he do differently, and what do you guys do to counter that?
Well, I think he's a jump shooting big man. So that's what we kind of want. We want to shoot more jumps as opposed to getting to the basket. I think we did well on our free throw line. Very aggressive. We got to the free throw line. We got to the baskets. Got off to a great start.
You were all right with your defense on him?
Oh yeah. That's what we want. We want him to make tough shots. He made a few tough shots. He got to the free throw line, which gave him a good rhythm, but we did a good job on the most part.
Alvin was saying, Steve was talking about playing to their tempo. How does that happen? How is it that the game slowed down yesterday?
We should never allow it to happen. We should never allow it to happen. All we have to do is just push the ball, get out and run, fill lanes, space the floor. We've been doing it all season long. I don't see why we're not doing now. So there's no excuses. We have to go out and do it, and definitely Game 5 for sure.
Was it something you guys were looking at the tape today, saying, how does this happen? Why did it happen?
I watched game film. I watched the game from last game about 4 times already, and once this morning. So I totally understand what's going on. We got out-hustled a few plays. Rotation wasn't quite there. So we missed some easy shots as we wanted to make. I think Game 5 we're going to be more prepared and ready to go. We should hopefully take care of the home court.
It seemed like, Amare, that the first few games you had Aldridge contained. Yesterday he turned a different way, turned away from you more. That he made an adjustment.
Well, he made tough shots. He made turnaround jumpers, which is what we want. We want that, opposed to him getting to the free throw line and getting easy baskets. He made 17-foot jump shots. He made some turnaround jumpers for 15-foot. So that's what we want. We did a pretty good job on challenging his shots. But when the pressure's on, you have to make sure you step up and play, especially in a situation where you have a chance to go down 3-1. So guys are going to apply. So now it's our time.
Who's the pressure on tomorrow night?
We got to take our home court. So that's what we play for. The last stretch of the season is to get home court advantage. That's the reason why it's important. We got to win there. So now we got to take our home court.
To get back into the running style, you got a couple examples now of what you did good and what you did bad?
I think the key is basically keeping them off the glass. They had a lot of second chance points. Jawan Howard can't be padded out, so we got to rebound the ball first and then head out, get the ball to Steve as fast as possible. And when you run, it's gotta be a mindset. It's gotta be every play. It can't just be every 5 plays. So hopefully back at home with the crowd going, make us run a little more.
How much did you think Brandon Roy's comeback was influential in the game, if even emotionally, instead of just on the play?
I think it's big because when he plays someone else that's not as good as him doesn't play. So and then he doesn't have to be out there do anything. He can just be a decoy. He can be calming it down, making the right people shoot the ball. So definitely it's an advantage for them. But now at home we have to run, test that knee, just push the ball, put a lot more pressure on this team.
Waiting for you? Kind of have one of those breakouts?
Yeah, I'm waiting now. I haven't been shooting the ball as well as I like to. Trying to get people else involved when I'm not hitting, but I can't stop on defense. Have to keep going, and offensively it definitely comes.
I mean, are you getting the shots? Is it just one of those?
You know, I think in the playoffs I'm not getting as good as looks as I did in the regular season. That obviously happens when we play better teams in scouting. With that being said, it's definitely shots I can still make, and maybe if not that pump fake, one dribble pull up. So. Probably going to be a lot more aggressive game 5 than I had been first 4.
Has it been difficult because rotations get tightened up a little bit?
I don't know if it's been difficult. Obviously, you have less time, but right now the Stars have been playing well. Grant, Jay Rich, so you can't really argue with them coming back in the game earlier. The only thing I can do is just start hitting more shots and make it a little bit tougher on him to put them guys back so quick.
Does this team need someone off the bench to kind of give a little extra as far as point-wise?
Yeah, a couple guys. You don't need to need one, you need a couple, either me or Goran, Barbosa, Lou. Every game's got to be 2 big guys, Channing. And yet we haven't played real well, and we're tied 2-2. So I'm hoping these next 2 or 3 games, hopefully 2, that we can play well and go get to relapse. I just think, them at home. When you're at home, usually you play your game more. On the road, you have to try to dictate it early. I thought they did a good job with pace. Brandon Roy coming. When Brandon Roy is in, either Bayless is out or Fernandez, and he kind of sets it up a little bit and that better spacing.
Now that Brandon's back, do you expect to see some time on him, and what's
a little bit. I mean, I try to guard him as much as I can. But a lot of times I use him as a decoy, so I like guarding Miller and then doubling and then having him close out to Miller. Because even though Brandon's been hurt, you saw him hit 2 big shots in the 4th quarter, so he's definitely capable.
He looked winded out there. They said he was in terrible condition.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell his legs. One time he had me beat, and he pulled up, and his legs weren't under him. That's what we do to advantage. He's coming. He's probably gonna be a little sore today. Tomorrow we got to run him. He's guarding Jay Rich, post him up, and get Amare going early.
You felt good about your threes, like the type of shots you're getting?
Yeah, I mean, I had one wide open in the wing early on, and once I hit one, I'll have. It's all about rhythm with me. So once I hit one, I get my rhythm going. But they've done a real good job closing out, making me put the ball on the floor, and you got to tip their hat. And hopefully now I can make an adjustment and try to get it going.
Yeah.
Not yet. I don't think we have. I think the starters have been carrying us. I think starters are playing a little bit more minutes. I thought regular season we play a little bit more minutes. But with that being said, if we go out there in the end of the first, beginning of second, and play real well, I guarantee you, Coach Gentry will keep us out there longer. So it's all about the playoffs. Production stays on the court. If not, someone else will.
You had that second half stretch where you guys were shutting them down defensively and just couldn't get any buckets on the other end to make it stand up.
And at Portland, everybody knows it's a good half-court team. If you give them the full court, you can get easy buckets. Kind of like the Thunder did with the Lakers, just trying to get out and run and get this game up and down. So with us, we have to get easy buckets, and when we're in transition, a lot more threes are flowing. Steve can break down the defense better.
How come you guys haven't been able to do that twice and did it so well the other 2?
That's a good question. I think sometimes the mentality, I think it's for them dictating their will at home in Game 4. Their back is against the wall. And I bet you if you see us tomorrow with our back against the wall somewhat, needing Game 5 as a win, I bet you we'll have a lot more fast break points than we did yesterday. I don't know if they're frustrated. I mean, if we played Lakers or Dallas, they'd be frustrated too. When you play a team 4 to 5 times, they're going to know your sets. They're going to know everything what you like to do. For us, we just like to keep the game at a high pace. And if you see when we score 100-plus points, we usually win against the team. So it's time to get the ball up and going.
What you need to do is get 20.
Yes. If Richardson or Hill has 20, that's a pretty good chance we're going to win the game.
Well, if you have 20,
it's guaranteed if I have 20.